my chaos, that is my channel. Today, as I have promised, we will be reading out some spooky Reddit stories. Now I have taken the permission to read out this story from the person, so please do not narrate it to anyone else without their permission. And without further ado, we are gonna get right into it. Also, I just wanted to mention, I have also not gone through the entire story, just bits and parts, just to see if it was interesting, and hopefully it is. I'm just gonna be reading this with you guys and reacting to it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this story is from the Reddit page called No Sleep, and the person who has cross posted it is Thorn91113, and Polgari is apparently the person. I'm new to this, so we're gonna try to keep up with it, and I'm gonna start reading now. So the story is called They Were Smiling at Me. Now straight off the bat, when you read this, you just kind of get creepy vibes, and that's the reason that I picked this story. So, I was still a university student in Hungary when it happened. It was December and the winter break had just started. So I wanted to return to my family in Transylvania. Ooh, Transylvania. I spent the first day packing up my things. I wasn't planning on returning until January. The following morning, I started the car and left the city. The snow was heavy. It was hard to see anything except the road and light of the cars. So super foggy. I followed the GPS until I crossed the border, but then it stopped working, so I had to use the map. That's kind of scary to have the map stop working. It started to get dark. The weather conditions were getting really bad. I could barely see the road in front of my car. I looked up the map. A big city called Cluj, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, it's C-L-U-J, should have been close, but I wasn't sure exactly where I was, and the GPS still dead. That is freaky. My home was still 4 hours of driving away, or even more as the conditions were improving. I called my mother. She told me find a place to stay in a village or city or in the worst case, just find a parking lot and sleep in the car. That sucks when you are alone. We are off to a creepy start already. I drove a few minutes hoping that I could find Cluj or any other city. After a while, I found an old-looking village. It wasn't big, maybe it was around a few hundred houses. I stopped my car at the edge of the road and took my keys, phone and wallet with me. It was around 9 p.m. Now to stop in a place where you don't know and you are alone, red flag, don't do that. All of the houses were old and small. A lot of houses had their windows barricaded. That's really weird. Why would you have your windows barricaded? There weren't any street lights. What? So I had to use my phone to illuminate empty streets. Looks like it's an abandoned place. I was sure there wasn't any hotel there. So I should have gone back to my car and slept there. But then I noticed someone. Just one person? I don't know how good that can be. It was an old man. I wanted to ask him if he could help me. But why does every creepy story have to have a haunted place and an old man? I don't understand. Anyways, let's continue. But as I pointed my phone at him and saw his face, I stepped back a little. His eyes were black and wide open. Looks like he was on drugs, buddy. He had a disturbing broad smile. His skin was pale like an albino. He was bald with unrecognized beard. I do not like the sound of this, guys. As he got closer, I would feel my heart in my chest. His arms and fingers were abnormally long. Okay, I feel really scared because why did I have to do this at 1 a.m. in the night? Okay. Anyway, like he could reach his ankles. He started jiggling like he was crazy. So either he's on drugs or this is effed up. He's probably drunk, I thought. I noticed my hands were shaking too. I took a deep breath. Whew, I need to take a deep breath for this. I can help, he responded, still jiggling. His wide smile still hasn't disappeared from his face. His strange black eyes creeped out. You can sleep there. He pointed to another wooden house. Its windows were barricaded too, except the one. I wasn't sure I wanted to stay there. Abandoned houses in an abandoned place suggested by a creepy guy? Is it yours? I asked. So he said, nobody lives there. You can sleep in the attic. There is a bed up there. Before I could say anything, he let out a loud laugh, then ran away. But the way he did it left me frightened. He stood on all fours, then ran like a kind of cat, using his hands and legs too. Oh my god, I don't know if this was a human or what it was. I just stood there, frozen from fear, and because of the cold weather, I was considering going back to my car and leaving this village behind. That would probably have been the better choice. But it wasn't really dark and the weather was getting worse every minute. So I walked towards the house the old man showed me. It looked ancient, like nobody had lived there for decades. I hope this was the case because I didn't want to meet any more people I didn't have to. I don't know, I have a 50-50 about this. So as I approached the building, I was another one in the neighborhood whose windows weren't barricaded. I saw a little girl in the window who was around 7. She had the same black eyes as the old man, along with this disturbing huge smile. Okay, that is very weird, as if this is some kind of a cult or something, some creatures that look alike. I laid down on the bed. There was also a window on my left side, so I could see the streets. I looked up. There was a large spider web few feet above me and a big scary spider in it. I looked at the corner of the attic and saw an old wardrobe. Oh my god, how can it be this bad? This is really scary. I just couldn't fall asleep. I felt unsafe. I laid there for like an hour. Then I heard a loud scream coming from the streets. I jumped out of my bed scared. I slowly looked out of the window and saw a man with black hair. He screamed again and again and again, like a psychopath. He took a deep breath, then screamed again, like a madman. I checked my phone to see what time it was. He probably saw the light through the window. The guy looked at me from the streets. He had the same damn eyes as the old man and the little girl, smiling madly. He then screamed again, straight at me. It was a loud smile, like someone was torturing him. But he didn't have any visible injuries. That is crazy. Oh my god. I quietly walked towards the closet in the corner, hiding in it. It wasn't comfortable and was full of spider webs and spiders. Ew, so scary. I hate creepy crawlies. Oh my god, I could feel its tiny legs moving on my skin and I couldn't do anything because the man could have heard me. I waited there at least an hour. The man could have still been there, waiting for me, but I couldn't just stay that wardrobe forever. My legs started to get tired and I was asleep. I decided to come out and I opened the closet door. At the moment, my worst fear came true. I do not want to leap forward. Oh my god, this is going to give me such bad nightmares. Oh no. The man was standing right in front of me, his damn black eyes and smile. Oh my god. I'm having goosebumps at this point. Oh, this is not good. He screamed in my face with the same terrifying voice. I almost fainted and felt like I was about to die. The man jumped at me. My heart is beating. Oh my god. Pushing me back in the wardrobe, I hit my head there. My survival instinct kicked in and I quickly stood up and ran towards the unlocked trap door, then jumped down to the kitchen as far as I could. Whew. I ran trying to reach the edge of the village, hoping I could find my car there. I ran, not looking back, but knowing the old man was still chasing me. I could hear him running. That is fucked up, especially when you're alone. I would just have a heart attack at this point. I saw the house where I was trying to sleep, then saw my car exactly where I left it. I couldn't understand how did it happen. I was running in a straight line from the house and arrived at the same place, but it wasn't actually the same place. What does that mean? I had no time to think. I used my remaining energy to stand up and run back to my car. I quickly sat behind the wheel and started the engine. I pressed the throttle pedal with much force as I could. I turned back to the main road, then looked back at the village. There was nothing there. What? There was nothing? What? Just a forest. I was shocked. There wasn't even a road there, even though I came from the direction. It was like a village had vanished with the old man. I felt like I was about to faint again. Faint? I would die. I looked back at the back seat and there was a water bottle. I drank all the water from it. When I finally calmed down, I started driving. About 20 minutes later, I found Cluj, a hotel to sleep at. The following day, I arrived at home and told everything to my parents. They had no idea what had happened. At first, they did not want to believe me. As usual, my parents did not want to believe me when I told them I see ghosts. But eventually, they'd all do, don't they? At first, they did not believe me. I showed them a scar on my head, which I got when the crazy man attacked me. I hit my head. A few weeks later, I drove back to Hungary on the same road. I've never found the village again. I still have nightmares from the night. Obviously, trauma. I have no idea what happened that day. I wasn't drunk and I wasn't under the influence of drugs. My brain tries to tell me that I was just hallucinating. The memories seem distant. I know it happened and everything was real. I know. Can we just take a breather? This story was first of all a mouthful, a handful, a brainful, and freaking creepy and scary. The fact that he went back and he could not find it, like, okay, in that moment maybe he was hallucinating, but the fact that he went back from the same road and then could not find it a few days later as well, that is crazy to me. It freaks me out. And if this story is as real as this, I mean, I totally believe this guy, because I don't know, somewhere inside me I feel like this person is saying the truth. And even if they're not, I feel like it makes for a great story. Let me just like settle, because it's 1 a.m. and I don't know how I'm gonna sleep. I don't know what you guys think about this story. Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know if you guys want me to do such stories. This was such an interesting read, and honestly it was so great reading with you guys and just reacting to it. If this is someone's real story, it's freaking crazy. It's so scary, and the fact that most people wouldn't believe you, especially your parents, that is so frustrating. And God knows what kind of trauma this person is dealing with. I really hope them the best. Anyway, so you guys let me know if you want me to do more of these. I also have my own personal horror stories and story time videos on my channel, so if you want to check them out, please feel free to do so. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.